So
Go for it.
the repeated questions: how can I get a pass A?
Yes. So I'm looking at all these questions. Okay, of course, for most tutors, this is probably the most hated question of all. My usual response is, it's back to, how you come to the course. Nobody can guarantee. I know there is one tutor at the moment who sort of has a little YouTube channel on sort of how to get an A. But actually, to be fair to him, he is saying the same things that all your tutors say. All right. Watch the sessions closely. You're usually, many of the sessions, you participate in them, especially if it's a system session. We often do like a kind of demo lesson on how to teach a certain structure, and you participate as students, and then you analyze it from the teaching perspective. So a lot of CELTA sessions are a combination of loop and experiential type input, right? So, pay attention, look at the stages. As I say, if you're teaching, a conditionals lesson, the chances are your tutors have already given you a handout on teaching conditionals. Go back to those notes. These are all the things that help you. I have noticed with people who get higher grades, they usually do these things. They've read the session notes afterwards. They have sorry, just lost my train of thought. Sorry, my cat was licking my toes. They listen very carefully and they take notes. All right. I see them in the sessions. These are the people that are paying attention. And they don't belong to what I call the phone hugging club. Okay, I'm old, I'm 60, all right? So I was born when there were no such thing as phones. But some of you just love your little phones, ya habibi. You can't live without it. So you sit there in the sessions like, oh, sorry, what did you say, Laura? What did you say, Ilham? Well, you're not going to get a high grade if you're living on your own little planet and playing with your phone. We are teachers. Yeah, be professional. Ya haram, yan. Put the phone away. You would kill your students if they use their phones in class. So why on earth are you doing it? As I'm always saying, monkey see, monkey do. If we are not good role models for our students, then we can't blame them. And it's the same when you're on the CELTA course. If you are, messing with your phones, chatting to each other, having what they call a side talk, then, this is not going to help. So follow the secret to success on a CELTA course is follow your instructions. Okay. And remember, this is a British course. If your tutor says, do it like that, that's what we mean. Do it like that. Yani, kidda. Don't try to sort of find your own very clever way of doing things. It's like I said, go the Shakespeare route. Forget it. Instructions are very simple. Remember, English is a very simple language. We're not sophisticated like you lovely Egyptians and Arab nations. You have a very sophisticated language. Your brains are probably a lot more sophisticated than ours. English is very straightforward. The course is very straightforward. Of course, in TP, there are basic frameworks, and we want you to, enjoy being creative with the students and things like this. And again, successful participants, candidates on the course, are those that make sure their students learn something, right? So, people who do their lesson plans in advance, not the people who, 10 minutes before the lesson, like, oh, I'll send you my lesson plan after TP. I mean, unless you had a power cut, tamam, something awful happened, all right. But you always, these are not the people who are going to get the high grades. They're not ready. They don't prepare. They're not organized. And I say this as the queen of the last minute. I'm the queen of procrastination. But on a CELTA course, no. I have to put that side of my personality aside and get on with it. So organization, following instructions, okay, putting the work in, focus. Okay? These are the things that will help you pass the course and, inshallah, help you get a higher than pass grade. But remember, most people get passes and they get work, no problem at all. So this is what I mean by keeping it real. Remember, the percentage worldwide is between 5 and 7%. So imagine how many hundreds of people are taking CELTA around the world. I would
Yeah.
never ever think to myself that I'm that good. I'm good enough to be one of the world's top 5%. If you are, mashallah, I'm so happy for you. But don't come to the course grade obsessed. You won't enjoy the course because you'll be too fixated on your grade. It's not a competition,
Yes.
right? And if you're fixated on getting a pass A, you're probably not going to be a very nice candidate to work with, and you're not going to be a very nice teacher because you're too focused on yourself. And this is not good for a teacher. A teacher should always think about his or her students. This is
Students.
our
Yeah.
job. We
Yeah.
want our students to learn. We want our students to practice. So, you know, if it's all about me, I'm going to get the highest grade because I'm an Olympic athlete and I'm going to go for gold, then you're not really thinking about your students at all, which is super, super teaching haram, yani. All right.
Yes.
So this is a road we don't want to go down. Okie
Thank
dokie.
you.